Hello, hello, everybody. It's I, Blazing Flame Studios. You may know me by now. Go ahead and swap things over. We got Woo-Wah on the screen. Woo-Wah's a little too zoomed in for my liking, so let's fix that. And yoink. Perfect. How are we doing today, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Making sure everything is set up.
Leave it to me.
Did not mean to do that. We'll hide in this bush for now. Even though technically that does nothing, but that's fine. Okay. Next up, go to the arena and meet with Lupa. Let us go to the arena and meet with Lupa. Let me remind myself where that is. Ah, it's way down here. That's right. Capitoline Hill. Alright. Hey, Lupa.
You've come, warrior!
Yeah, sorry, I had some things I had to do. Oh boy.
The mighty guardian, Arudicus Arsenosa, is not the kind of echo too warm to crowds. The lioness favors the strong, the unyielding, and the battle-hardened. Only those she deems worthy will find her arms welcoming. But she is still an echo and can't talk.
These sounds.
What is it? Did you feel something just now?
More like I heard something.
I only heard strange sounds. Tell me, what direction did the lioness just look toward?
The Veil of Glory. It's where all heroes, blessed by the glory forged in iron and fire, find their rest. But on the long path of hunting, many died with their bodies missing. Only their weapons returned. Arsenosa's frequency is woven from the cries of souls in battle. The battered weapons still carry the will of their former masters, whispering the deeds left undone. To touch such weapons is a rite of great importance for those who claim glory in the great Aegon and receive the lioness's blessing. Hearing the voices of our ancestors by Arsenosa's side is a great source of strength for Septimontians.
Before meeting Buling, when I touched the echo in that village, I felt a layered, indistinct frequency. It was like what Abby described on our journey to Septimont, but the source eluded me at the time. But now, I found it. The source of that power lies in the Veil of Glory. The closer the lioness gets to it, the clearer it becomes.
She waits for us there. Shall we go together? I'm not sure if Septimontian rituals will interest you, but you might uncover something useful, no?
Happy to go with my fellow warrior.
Perfect. Let's head out.
Oh boy.
What is it?
Nothing. Just a dizzy spell. Overexcitement after the win. Or something. Anyway, it's no matter. Let's continue.
Inesita, Act 6. Well, looks like
These days
Rhea.
have been a feast of victories.
Mia, sorry.
Becoming champion, the glory, all thanks to you.
You weren't so bad yourself. But yeah, it looks like Mia's starting to break through the Lupa shell. Man, I thought I was gonna be stopped. The Veil of Glory.
Strange. Why are so many appearing all at once?
Oh,
With me! Is that
interesting.
all? I thought tacit discords didn't usually appear around the border mountains.
These tacit discords didn't gather from the surroundings. It's more like they spawned from thin air.
Look, it's just ahead. The Veil of Glory.
Cutscene. Oh no.
You are from my homeland.
That girl just now, that was Mia. The closer to the Veil of Glory, the more the normal world and the anomaly overlap.
How's it going, Sangula? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing
That's the
today?
key to all of this. I need to rethink everything. Septimont, Lupa, Cardathia, Mia, the Lioness of Glory. All of it. Cardathia arrived in Septimont alone, not waiting for me or attempting contact. Something must have happened to prevent her. If something cut her off, aside from the Fraxidus, it could have only been the Threnodian, which should be dead. But Septimont holds no faith in the Sentinel, and the Threnodian was never able to establish influence here. Maybe it's not that simple.
Or maybe the Threnodian got control
controls the mind
over...
of its followers through their faith. Mia is a Ragunesi, and likely a follower of the Order of the Deep. If the Veil of Glory is an important rite for champions, perhaps Mia went there. And it was there she vanished. Her hysterics, hallucinations, and loss of control in the arena were signs of the Threnodian's corruption. Herlova once said, "The closer one stands to the protagonist, the greater their influence over the tale." In this great Aegon, Lupa is the protagonist. Years ago, it was Mia. Now I'm seeing Mia's image flicker in and out throughout this journey. If the Mia I see is under the Threnodian's control, does that mean securing the protagonist role is key to its plan? When I first met Lupa, I sensed what felt like Cardathia's frequency on her. Later, I also felt the Threnodian's presence. Did they cross paths? If Cardathia is part of this story, the likelihood is high. Could Lupa have forgotten? Did they meet without realizing it? is she lying and already under the Thronodian's influence? Was Frolova telling the truth by saying Lupa would bring forth the dark tide? Or is she just another one of its victims?
Hey! Is something wrong? Is there something you need? Or something you want to say?
Speak your mind.
I'm sorry. I don't recall crossing paths with Cartothea, but you could be right. I may have, and just forgotten about it. These past days, there have been moments when I feel lost, forgetting what I was doing a heartbeat ago. I don't know if it's the Threnodian's work, but if something is wrong, and it's trying to twist my mind, you'd make the right call, wouldn't you, my fellow warrior?
I mean, I wouldn't kill you.
You'd
I wouldn't go.
protect my honor and my dignity.
That I can do. But also, I've saved people from themselves countless times
There's
at this
more
point.
at stake than that, Lupa. I've heard the Septimont saying, all for glory, fear no death. But sometimes, living takes more courage than dying.
Well then, that'll do just fine. I trust you, warrior. Just as you trust me.
It doesn't matter if the story's end is already written or yet to unfold. I'll trust my own judgment to guide it where it must go.
Yeah. Not really intent on killing you, Lupa. Considering I've had to, make people deal with their inner demons multiple times at this point. In fact, quite recently, with the person I'm looking for.
I hear cowering prey. With me!
Hold on. Even I have to do this again because we have had issues with this in the past. Is it supposed to be playing this music? Definitely playing just again. I don't know how this bug keeps happening. I'm going to switch map back to Renesita. I'm going to go back to Septimont, and then I'm going to close out and close back in. So hopefully, doing so will get rid of the combat music bug. Let's try this again. Usually, just by leaving and restarting, that can reset the problem. I don't know how we keep having this issue, but we do. Reboot up the software. There we go. That looks a lot better. And sounds a lot better, more importantly. But we haven't had that issue lately. Is it the Veil of Glory? Are these supposed to be the swords of the champions who've died? Because,
Those blades, spears, and halberd embedded in the stone. They're the weapons of the fallen heroes. We have a tradition in Septimont. Touch them and listen to the whispers of those who once wielded them.
Even those? That was dark. What axe? But I feel like we're gonna come across me as well. This is on a pedestal. That signifies importance. Are you Mia's blade? Who does this belong to?
This is Hercules' sword. You remember the waters of the upper city, right? You were looking for Cartathea. Hercules was the one that the statue was based on. Ages ago, the dark tide bore down on Reganese, and Septimont didn't escape. Hercules was the son of the Ephor back then, and he led our warriors to face the Tacit Discords. He died in that cursed tide, his strength worn down to nothing. His sword was corrupted, but his followers still risked their lives to bring it back. In this land, intense emotions easily blend with other forces. The Lioness of Glory was born from the fiery passions of heroes, so she holds sway over their weapons.
Like your spear when it tried to kill me?
This sword was growing more sinister due to the corruption. But all these years later, it has become a memento of a hero.
What if it's been corrupting our little guardian Echo over there?
I feel something strong and pulsing in the direction the blade is pointing.
Pointing down.
It's coming from underground. Is it inside the mountain itself?
The frequency. It's the Sentinel Imperator. Just like Dragoon, Septimont has its own Genesis Nexus. That's why it seeks power. Needs
Oh boy.
More Tacit Discord, just like last time.
That second, the world shifted. Just like it did when I saw Mia. Every time there's an overlap like this, the tidal blight appears as well as tacit discourse.
Lackluster. With me! Brian at the spear tip! The tidal blight. It's an outgrowth of the dark tide itself. Why is it suddenly appearing like this?
We'll clear it out first, then check if that sword is the source.
Well. Hero's Rend. Gather 3 recollections of heroes to charge the hero's legacy armor. When the armor is charged, aim the mechanism and press the highlighted button to don the hero's legacy armor and access a powerful Hero's Rend skill. Hold the skill button and release once Rend is fully charged to cast the spell. Cast the skill, destroying all destructible objects nearby. Okay. That makes logical sense. What? Where am I going? One type of many. Oop, part of Thea's resonance is coming off the sword. And it's Renodia? Or just one? Oop.
What's that sound? Come, we should check it out.
Doorway. An underground doorway. Can only do one. Conveniently, we can do the other.
Lupa?
You good?
This doesn't feel like the first time I've been here. Let's go.
Having another one of your forgetful moments, Lupa? Oop.
There's no mistaking it now. It's Imperator's frequency.
Who else is in here? Oh boy.
Thou carry the scent of Cardathea.
Not just knowledge, you've stolen the Sentinel's access too! Lupa's role in this story is it yours!
Well, I guess we...
Contender Mia?
It's the Threnodian. Lupa, this is something only you can do.
Tell me what I need to do.
Read the script. Adapt as required.
At least we forced...
I believe in you, warrior.
Read the script. Runs into the giant holographic book.
To lose our strength is the deepest fear of Septimontians. Pride hides the terror within. We fear no death, yet tremble before shame and failure.
Oh,
Did Dominant
it's Julia.
deceive me for this? I never got the chance to ask. The dark tide consumed all. Death took her, as it will take me.
Oh, Julia's dead.
Today as yesterday, we weave time beneath the tide. Swim, swim, wretched yet lovely fish. Dream deeply in my fiction, on the stage of a repeating tale, waiting for the day thou shalt consume the world.
Uh-huh.
O righteous one, I shall depart without a word. The golden city in my childhood legend is swallowed by the abhorrent tide. I whisper to my fleeting companion. Pages will scatter. The quill will form. This play shall be torn from its author's hands.
Yeah, let's go kill Cristoforo.
A wrong note in the shifting score. O golden star full of mercy, pray tell me, as past and present intertwine, what fate have you chosen?
Hesitate not, warrior. You are the protagonist I have chosen. Only you can shatter the script and jump to the next page. Right. For the nobility you seek. For it all.
I feel bad for Mia still. But it looks like Mia's a little beyond our saving. Where are we? Well, I mean, I know where we are, but when are we, I guess?
A dream? No. It couldn't. It's no dream. I'm not alone. The warrior put the hope of change in my hands. This feels good. Not standing there alone on the champion's stage. The warrior hasn't learned this yet, but I now remember traveling with Cartothea. I can't be in the real world. This is a Sonoro created by the Fraxidus. It's a realm of stories. The story of the great Aegon lasts only 3 days. Before Cartothea came here, I had wandered this same bloody story more times than I can count.
It was Amphorius.
The dark tide consumes Septimont, and that monstrous, half-human, half-sea creature grows ever larger. Is this the Fraxidus plan? To feed it with Septimont's ruins? A script. Yes, this Sonoro is like a book of plays. Each world in the Sonoro is a story that keeps repeating, like sheets of paper, all overlapping with one another. New pages keep appearing, layering over the old, and the changes in one story bleed through to the next. After Cartathea's actions, Septimont, once destroyed by the Dark Tide, has begun to return to normal in the story where the warrior arrived. Cartathea saved me, changed my fate, and led me to the warrior, who stopped the Threnodian in the last story. So in this time, I haven't lost my memory. The warrior had delivered a powerful blow against the monster, and the energy supply from the central hub has been cut off. But that's not even its full form. I once searched for its true form with Cartathea. I remember now. What we seek lies in the lower city's waters. I won't let your trust be misplaced.
The wing ray.
The old district of Septimont, submerged beneath the waters due to the Dark Tide. The Dark Tide looms over Septimont like a stubborn storm cloud. Is the warrior? No. No time to worry. I have to find the cause of all this, and quickly. Winds of the Wild!
Time to end this, though not really, I'm guessing.
In a past story, I came here with Cartathea.
I think Cartathea's in the real world, I'm guessing. Back to this version of events.
Look at you. You can't go on much longer. I feared as much. Then this is where we stop. Strange. I remember everything about Septimont, but I can't remember. I can't even remember my name.
You didn't forget. Someone stole your role in the story. Even your name on the placards in the arena would be unreadable. Your existence has been erased. Only by unmaking this story can it be reclaimed.
Too bad I won't last long enough to see that happen. I'm sorry, Cartathea. You saved me. But I can't help you in return.
When I was a child, long ago, I heard tales of Septimont. A city full of passion and life. People there drank deeply, laughed loudly, appreciated sculpture, and lived for the hunt. Men and women feared nothing. They burned like fire, giving all their light and heat before fading.
We squashed them in a
When
book.
I arrived in Septimont, it had already been undone by dark hands. With the dark tide sweeping the streets, the city was nothing but an empty shell.
That's right. My city is beautiful. When the autumn wind blew through the golden flags and wind chimes, time seemed to slow.
The Leviathan. I will not give it the chance to make the people of Renacita weep and bleed. I will drag whoever orchestrated this tragedy out of the shadows.
Septimont. Can I leave it to you?
No. You said it yourself. This is your city. Some things only you can do. The monster leaving its trace in the dark tide. I can feel it. Its frequency is similar to my own. The Threnodian created me to be a resonator for its power. But I wasn't the only one. Many vessels before me failed.
Lupa's one of them.
There is still much I don't know. I'll keep searching. But no matter what, you have a certain specialness. Once I sought to end it all. Someone stopped me. Even a life mocked by fate can break its curse. Whatever you seek to do, whether you're weak or strong, you must strive for it. I returned to the world thanks to a certain person's help. I believe she will come here and reshape this twisted story.
Oh, must be quite the person, eh? I wish I could meet her and see how she does it.
Well, Sir
Then
Carthy
you'll
is
see
about to
for
do something.
yourself.
Yep.
Victory isn't won in an instant. It takes patience and perseverance. What we can't do now, someone will carry forward later. If you want to save your city, then hold on. No matter the pain, no matter the doubts, you must keep going. Just like how you wandered Septimont before I came. Broken, yet determined to leave, to find help for the city. Jump to a new story, and bring my message to that person.
All right, Corsathea. I'll try my best. First, tell me, what is that person's name?
close to that abnormal frequency.
Behind you.
You're in the submerged aqueducts.
One more. At least for the moment.
The submerged aqueducts. I remember
Oh,
reading
remember
about them
that.
in the
Disappeared.
silver records. There used to be an underground waterway leading to the plains. But now, with the old district completely flooded, we can only access it if we drain the water first. After my role was erased, Cartathea must have found the half-human, half-sea creature, and the Fraxidus. Like the
Tomorrow.
warrior, she chose to remain on the closing of that page, to give new stories a fighting chance. That's why I only regained my name after I met the warrior. During our journey, the overlapping worlds the warriors saw were the monsters doing. It tried to use Mia to steal my role again, to corrupt Septimons once more. Only I can erase it from this story. Only I can prove that I'm real and it is fake. What happened to the Mia who vanished in the Veil of Glory decades ago?
I think I have a general idea. You said half human, half monster?
After everything you went through, what did the city of Septimon mean to you?
You have any recommendations how we're supposed to drain this? Just saying.
I remember the entrance to the underground waterway is in the old district's bell tower. Ah, of course. The upkeep of these waters always falls under the Silver's jurisdiction. Maybe I can awaken the sleeping giant of glory. In Septimontian tradition, when it bears its blade and watches over the warriors leaving for the hunt, all gates and passages open. Many of the old routes are blocked, but I can try draining the water through the remaining ones. It's worth a try.
Alright. Why has nobody done this before? Let's take a look at the script. Search. Cartathea had roamed the desolate city with the gladiator girl for days before she was erased. She had caught a fleeting glimpse of the massive fish's silhouette and saved the nameless one from the dark tide. Cartathea was certain this place was not part of the real world, but the widespread destruction had stalled her search for answers. The gladiator girl had forgotten who she was, but her survival alone marked her as extraordinary. Cartathea hoped this very uniqueness might serve as a beacon to carry their story forward. Cartathea could only keep searching. She had to find the monstrous half-human, half-sea creature, the Threnodian's abomination, its very sister. Cartathea chases the enemy from the incubator through the dark tide-ravaged streets of Septimon until she vanishes from sight. The fallen guardian of Septimon looms ahead, halberd raised in a battle cry. Cartathea draws her sword, just as she did countless times in the inverted tower, facing the dark tide's aberrant creatures. She defeats the Lioness of Glory, but after dealing with the dark tide before her, she feels a cold gaze from behind her. You fight a battle unseen. The Colosseum, once full of glory, is swallowed by darkness. Monsters swarm from curtains of black mist that you cut them down, 1 against 100. At the final blow, the world abruptly returns to its former state, the crowd oblivious to all that just occurred. You recall 3 blades falling from the sky, each radiating with Cartathea's frequency. Though you had not seen her, it felt as though you were fighting side by side. Where is she? Lupa's form was overtaken by the girl resonating with the Threnodian, and all your suspicions aligned. The Threnodian had set its gaze on Septimon's central hub, a vessel for Imperator's lingering power. Only you, with your unique permissions, could sever the hub's connection and thwart the Threnodian's plan. You make your choice in a heartbeat. You refuse to end the story by becoming the protagonist and murdering Lupa, as Frolova suggested. Instead, you place your trust in your fellow warrior and stay behind, trapping the Threnodian's essence within the hub. In the next story, the lone wolf throughout this journey will repay this trust. Lupa's eyes flutter open, her breath coming in ragged gasps. The sudden explosion of memories in her mind make her nearly choke. Cardathia, her brief companion, her fellow title winner, blazing flame. The chaotic shift in the central to hub, and all the countless cycles before where Septimont was swallowed by the dark tide. The sky above remained as clear as ever, and everything that just happened felt nothing more than a nightmare. Lupa opens her hand. The metal she and the warrior had earned together resting in her palm, damp with sweat. She takes a deep breath, then another before closing her fingers around it. The sharp edges digs into her skin, and the pain pulls her back to reality. It urges her to push forward. The story was drawing to its close. Cardathia could feel the world around her shifting. The buildings, statues, and even the land itself were cracking like damp paper, but no longer mattered. She had uncovered the clue that pointed to the one responsible and was heading toward the playwright. More Fraxis members lurking here, she was prepared for the coming battle. As for the rest, Cardathia had no doubt that Rover would handle it. She was her sword. She believed in her completely.
Covered in tidal blight. It has even fused into the joints. I'll need to clip.
You're gonna need more than just one. Okay, never mind.
Can't just clear the head. To get it to lift its sword and open the gates, I need to clear the arms too.
So they call for extermination.
With me to victory! Together we howl! I'll end you! Face me, coward! Triumph at the spear tip! Move! With me!
I hate to tell you this, buddy. They're still here.
The fight is on!
Well, that didn't work.
Need to check for more patrol units nearby.
I want to be in the water. Hey, you. Ah, I see. So let me guess. I'm going to get ambushed by a test discord once I get on that platform. Hi. I cannot currently access that. Okay, fine.
I hear cowering prey. With me! With me! To victory! Into the spotlight! Meaningless move.
Your assistance is much appreciated, Contender Lupa. That works too. Lowered some of the water.
The water is drained. Time to head to the bell tower. That monster is hiding in the depths of the aqueducts.
Go. Like how I really couldn't have told you that that was an elevator until just now.
Just this gate standing between me and the heart of the aqueducts. It won't open. I'll have to find another route. Huh? The copper mirror is calling. The warrior used it to see the past. I wonder if there's anything of that here.
Cristoforo and Julia.
I've already pulled that body from the sea.
Excellent, Domina Julia. Keeping one's word is the foundation of any solid partnership. I know, Septimon's current effort doesn't quite heed the Senate's wishes, but we'll see to that. A cup of poisoned wine, a passing fly, a dagger. Fate strikes where least expected. With someone as clever and calculated as you at the helm, the House of Silver need not fear for its survival.
I do not work with you for our sake. I do this for Septimont. Some of us have forgotten the terror of life adrift at sea. To survive the tide, one must make the right choices. We'll speak of other matters later. But tell me, why would you want a dead woman who fell into the sea?
Dead woman? Ah, you mean Mia? Indeed, she is the very heart of the unit I spoke of. The one we intend to build deep within these underground aqueducts. Alive or dead, her body holds the information we need. The Fraxidus's experiments here will continue for some time. In the meantime, covering up this little laboratory's existence will require your assistance, madam.
The heart? That weakling's resonance abilities were meager at best. Her performance in the arena was nothing special. If it weren't for those incompetent fools in the Senate using her as a puppet to shift the attention and anger of the masses, she wouldn't even have made it to the finals.
Do not be upset, my dear Domina. You're absolutely right. The girl is so feeble she can't resist her creator's will in the slightest. Winning the Grand Aegon was precisely what brought the shadow of death upon her. luck and misfortune, nobility and lowliness, weakness and strength. A person's nature is like two sides of a coin, and I've always found beauty in inevitable tragedies.
So Mia has been dead all this time. She didn't leave Septimont when she vanished. The sea took her.
Break darkness! Let's start! Into the spotlight!
Giant evil eye thing part of her kid, or... Well, these are gonna wake up.
With me! With me! To victory! Together we howl!
I hear cowering prey.
Hey! All or nothing! With me! The fight is on! Please, Bill!
Alright.
Time to fight! Huh?
That's some attack. Lackluster.
Hold now!
This place has the Fraxidus written all over it. Without the Silvers keeping the place hidden, they wouldn't have dared. The irony. A Septimontian aiding the enemy to build their den in the heart of our city.
Oro. Belova.
I trust you've seen the experimental unit in the aqueducts. Well, what do you think?
If not for the sword embedded in her chest, I could mistake the corpse for being alive.
Indeed. Decades have passed, yet Mia remains as she was when first pulled from the sea. Her data has been invaluable. As the Threnodian's failed resonator, this specimen is in its own way remarkable. You know, it wasn't so long ago that the rover intervened and Cartathea broke free from that tower. I discovered that a small piece of the Threnodian's essence within Mia was reawakened with the tower's resurgence into our world.
Sounds as though you found new inspiration.
Yes. Septimont will host the Great Aegon soon. I've come up with a rather intriguing idea. Before her death, Mia also attended the tournament. I'll use that as the fictitious anchor to craft a play to rewrite reality itself. I've already discussed terms with it and reached a modest agreement.
You
Threnodian?
slept with the Threnodian. Has Leviathan already awakened?
Only a fragment of it remains. A weakened, cunning shard, desperate to grow stronger. I'll fashion a story for this sea creature, enabling it to fulfill what it once sought, to have the dark tides swallow Septimont whole. The Threnodian once sought to use Mia to find Septimont's central hub in order to corrupt the beacon system. Even if met with failure, it would control the champion's mind to infiltrate the city's upper echelons. Oh well, it all failed in the end. In the face of her futility to resist corruption, that girl chose death. She drove a sword into her heart and leapt into the sea before choking on her own blood. Fascinating, isn't it? Faced with the same predicament, strength and weakness still make a difference. The Blessed Maiden single-handedly thwarted the Threnodians' designs in Raguna, but this poor soul had no choice but to take her own life. A death so theatrical, so saturated with sorrow. How poetic. How beautifully tragic.
I don't care for your taste, Cristoforo. I'm merely curious. What ending have you penned for Septimont this time?
Oh, such an impatient reader, Frolova. This play is nothing more than an amplifier, designed to nurture the Threnodians' lingering power. Once it grows large enough, I'll overlay the Sonoro onto reality. All that's needed is for Domina Julia to select the right champion. Swapping out the protagonist is hardly a challenge. Once the sea creature grows within the cradle I forged from the dark tide, the hymn of journeying paradise will spread from Septimont across Renacita. Really, compared to those Septimontians who've long forgotten Mia, the story I've written for her is far more thrilling. Don't you agree?
And what if it fails?
Then so be it. You know, Frolova, stories are but mankind's attempt to imagine and rehearse fate. If this play proves Rover worthy of becoming the protagonist of my story, if they pass their trial by fire, then isn't that a victory as well?
Kill you. Because it seems like you're a bit of a problem.
Disgusting. To treat Septimont like a plaything. Unforgivable. What is so poetic or romantic about a story where someone is driven to death?
No. Mia's body's probably still here.
I hear God now! With me! Together we howl! The fight is on! Break darkness! Here! Lackluster! Is with me! Into the spotlight! I'll end you, Brian! At the spear tip! Die, evil!
Enjoying her playstyle.
Glory is upon us!
Where am I going? Not this way. Oh, you're still alive. Alright, so you can see you there. Is there another wave after you? Oh, gather recollection of heroes. What am I breaking? Open up. Guess it does make sense to go wherever the dark tide is. Another bell. Who could be here? Cristoforo and some other person. Oh, cutscene. Mia.
Still lingering, Mia? A fading reverberation that should have dissolved in the deep long ago.
Where are you going?
To claim the title. Was that not your unfulfilled wish?
That was never mine. The arena. I don't need this victory.
But I do. Without a champion and the lion beast, I cannot touch the central hub left by Imperator. You, Cartithia, both my daughters, my very creations. Why this fruitless resistance?
None of them wasn't fruitless, so why does hers have to be?
Has Septimont ever granted you kindness?
Yes. She said herself, the cheers in the
I
arena.
neither love you nor need you. Long have you been forgotten.
We were raised by them. You will never understand.
Proud in battle, and yet yearning for strength. I know the heart of the Septimontians far better than you. Mia, you are simply too afraid to face their true nature. You choose to deceive yourself. You cannot admit that they used you, and then cast you aside. You cannot accept that from the start you were insignificant.
No. Viburnum. My flowers.
Hush, it matters not. Your thoughts are of little consequence.
The last remnant of Mia is gone. Mia crouches in a quiet alley, trembling in pain as panic surges through her. She had won the semi-final, yet the voices in her head never ceased. Struggling to hold herself together, she had fled the arena. A light touch on her arm made her look up. A small Septimontian stands holding out a bouquet. Face flushed, the child stammers, "You fought well," before running off. The bloodleaf viburnum is dotted with broken dewdrops. Mia clutches the bouquet, cold and damp, as a trickle of moisture slides down her cheek.
Viburnum. The bloodleaf viburnum of Septimont. Oh, I understand. It's a flower often given to gladiators. A symbol of victory.
I guess an underground lab for your underground lab. Is there going to be another underground lab for this underground lab? Noticing a lack of actual Fraxidus here.
I've always carried this shame. Shame for something I didn't choose. Shame for something that's just there. Sometimes it turns into doubt. I try to live free, and I do most days. But still, I see it. I see the pain in their faces. In the ones who fall behind, the ones who leave the field beaten, the ones who pin all their hopes on me. I've always wondered if I didn't have this gift, could I have reached this point with clean hands? Should I have judged those who trampled the rules to survive? Or was I blind to my own arrogance?
Hi, Julia.
Now, I don't think like that anymore. The warrior is stronger than me, no doubt, but she treats everyone the same. She didn't choose to stand alone. Instead, she chose to trust me.
Thea next.
Cartothea spent years trapped by the weight of everyone's expectations. Never stepped foot in Septimont before, but still sailed across the seas to be here. And Mia, her resonance ability might be weak, but she never ran from a fight. She fought till her last breath. A heart isn't shaped by what it's born with or what it's been given. I've underestimated others, and I've underestimated myself too. But you, the arrogance, thinking you understand the darkness in people's hearts, but you don't have a single drop of life in you! Beautiful as ever. The Griffon's fortress. My city, Septimont. Built by the hands of the people. Not the Sentinel, and not the Trinodian. Where there's light, there's always shadow. But people need light. They'll chase it no matter what. And they'll learn to live with the shadow. Mia, Cartothea, they were born and raised on these islands. They are daughters of Renacita. They belong to no gods but their own. Was it real? Was it mine? Was it worth it? Sometimes I feel like I've lived distressed and pressed by those screams. All I know is my desire.
We have our own version of that. Some grand arena? Is that what we're doing here? Move forward.
Better to die than to be a puppet. Death does not scare me.
If divinity takes up arms against the innocent, I will raise my sword against divinity.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
Victory isn't won in an instant. It takes patience and perseverance.
I believe in you, warrior.
Bite. Oh.
I swear by the eternal sun, I will slay you!
From the fear and the longings of civilization, I was wrought. Born of the hearts of countless men and women, of babes and of the aged. With sharp blades and silver tongue, you struggle for power and revel in the slaughter of the arena. From past to present, nothing has changed.
What right do you have to judge the people of Renacita? Mia chose her end with dignity. Your very existence is an insult to her. Look at you cowering in this little incubator, desperate to evade your end. You will never understand what it takes to face the fear of death. Into the spotlight! With me! The fight is on!
Unite with me.
Together we howl! With me to victory!
Darn. Dodge that ult.
A human life is nothing more than a scream between life and death.
Is it?
The tide calls. Pray to me.
With me to victory! Die, evil! Into the spotlight!
Is that a reason that I gave him my grapple? See a reason.
Ryan and the theatre! Greatness has no summit, and victory is never the final word. Proud! Pitiful! Cry! Love! Race to the finish! To face death with the crown of glory! By my will! Let this light burn in all its fury! To me, there is no greater joy in this world.
What a shame. Seems the play I've written isn't well received.
Oh, hey, Scar.
What are you two plotting in Renacita?
Oh, dear madam. Let's leave some mystery for the next chapter, shall we?
There is something no one can take from me. All the mistakes I've had, just believe it's a solution to my most deepest fear. Glory's not all about winning, but blazing to be last minute.
That was a pretty cool fight. Also, if you haven't already, I would burn Mia's body. Just, for the sake of this not happening again.
It's real! Both of you are safe.
The Threnodian's frequency is gone. Well done, Lupa.
You found the righteous one and safeguarded Septimont. It's like something out of a knight's tale. No, wait, gladiator's tale?
Oh, Abby, you gonna wake up now?
Phew! Finally, I can stick my head out. Rover, are you okay?
I'm fine, Abby. What happened to you earlier?
Wait, we're already in Septimont?
I finished in Septimon, Abby.
I was just talking to you, and then boom! It felt like something just covered me. First it messed with my frequency, then I just passed out. Wait, Carthea? And a girl I don't know?
You're lively. Your echo's more boisterous than a Tadar.
What happened while I was out?
Nothing much, just save the world,
I think it's time we compare notes. Let's fill in this story's blanks, shall we?
Let's see it. Doomsday is gone. Oh, so we do get to keep this. So we have the source, the fiction, blood ignited, body and soul aflame in the crucible of battle. Lupa's spear plunges into the monstrous half-human, half-sea creature, her fight unfolding on a stage conjured by illusion. Her mind is calm as the world fades away. Only the enemy, her weapon, and herself remain. As you walk out of the central hub, a familiar connection pulsates within your tacit mark. You turn and see Carthea slowly gliding down from the sky and landing before you. After days of separation, you're finally reunited. She looks into your eyes, cracks a smile, and gestures in a different direction. Together you walk to welcome the lone wolf returned from the flames. Lupa embraces both of you tightly, and you feel her tremble as worry gives way to delight at seeing both of you. Her words choke as tears fall. You pat her gently on the head to soothe her. This is a story co-written by you, Carthea, and Lupa. Now it's coming to an end. I don't like how that's still technically here.
When I sensed the Threnodian's power here in Septimont, I immediately set out to find its source. It was quite sudden. I slipped through the smallest of cracks to enter the Sonoro, which severed my contact with the outside world. I found Lupa in the city. She had lost her role. We traveled together for a time, and discovered the architects of the destruction, the Fraxidus playwright Cristoforo, and the Threnodian. Sadly, the playwright did eventually erase Lupa's existence. As for me, I descended into the submerged aqueducts where I found the Threnodian. It had inhabited Mia's remains and was hiding within an experimental unit. Unfortunately, I was unable to eliminate it entirely. It evaded me, slipping into hiding. I reasoned that you would sense the anomaly and come to Septimont, so I sought to offer you my aid. I battled the playwright, and in doing so, stripped him of his ability to control the script. Afterward, he, along with the other Fraxidus overseers, fled from me. With that, the Sonoro began to collapse. It was then that we finally met. Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
Tell me about these roles and
Lupa
stories.
and I formed a few theories during our investigation, though they may not be entirely accurate. In this Sonoro, where stories manifest as reality, roles define the identities of those within it. To lose your role is to lose both your name and memory. In truth, Mia has long since passed and does not truly exist here. It was Lupa, not Mia, who won the 3-day Aegon. I suspect the stories created by the playwright cannot stray too far from their original frameworks. A limitation of his resonance ability. This is why he erased Lupa's name, swapping her and Mia's identities. This allowed Mia to summon the Dark Tide upon Septimont. Is there anything else you wish to ask? The
Nobody in the central hub.
within the Veil of Glory was established by the Sentinel, and it appears no one had ever entered it before. Activating it requires 2 key conditions. Victory, which grants the blessing bestowed by the Lioness of Glory through the Sentinel's mandate, and a trace of the Sentinel's frequency. The Threnodian set its sights on Mia for this very reason, which, in turn, brought its attention to Lupa. I struck a significant blow to the Threnodian within the story, but because I failed to prevent the corruption of the central hub earlier, it endured, drawing strength from that source.
Throughout this journey, I often saw the figures of Lupa and Mia overlap.
It seems the Threnodian was attempting to replace Lupa, hoping to use her to corrupt the hub, siphon its power, and ultimately destroy Renacita. Is there anything else you wish to ask? Apart from
About the other
playwright,
leaders.
I also encountered 2 other Fraxidus leaders. One, a woman with a bandaged eye, the other a man with scars across his face.
Surely they must be Frolova and Scar. But how is Scar in Renacita?
Unfortunately, I never had the chance to confront either of them directly. I saw them only briefly before they disappeared. I'm not sure why they've gathered here in Septimont. We must prepare for whatever plans they have. Is there anything else you wish to ask? The Threnodian's frequency has vanished from Septimont, but I fear this is far from over. There is something else. Perhaps due to the Dark Tide in the Sonoro, I can feel my balance shifting. The Threnodian's paw is growing stronger.
How many fragments does that
Now I
Threnodian
think of
have?
it, this could very well be part of the Fraxidus' plan.
You need to head to the Black Shores, Cardathia. They've been dealing with the Threnodian for years. You should go there and run some tests. They'll know how to handle what's coming.
The Black Shores. Is that where you're from?
Something I made.
If it's a place you trust, then I will go.
Please don't nuke the Black Shores. Talk to Shorekeeper while you're there. She could probably help you out.
The event that brought forth the Dark Tide, it must have been my death. After that, the details of the story blur. It repeated so many times. It's hard to remember everything. All I remember is wandering the desolate city streets in a Septimont corrupted by the Dark Tide, unable to escape, until I met Cardathia. She saved me. But in that story, we couldn't fully resolve the source of the disaster. Then in another story, I encountered you, my fellow warrior. After we parted, I awoke in yet another story, in the Veil of Glory, where I finally saw the Threnodian's true. It had taken control of Mia's corpse, and was using the Fraxidus' Sonoro to grow its power. After defeating it, the Sonoro began to collapse. I passed through those crumbling pages to find you. Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back.
Tell me about your death.
My death. Well, I'll start from the very beginning. My journey to win the championship. I had failed to expose the family's match fixing, After being deceived by Domina Julia and winning the title on my own, my memories became a blur. I was probably under some form of control. The last thing I clearly remember was standing in the central hub in the Veil of Glory, pressing my spear into something that resembled a control panel. Then the dark tide began to surge. In the end, all of Septimont was swallowed by it. I'm not sure when all this started, or where the line between the reality I knew and the Sonora world created by the Faxidus began to blur, but in those 3 days of the story where Cartothea didn't rescue me, I would always die on the first day, helplessly watching as my home slowly crumbled to dust.
Oh, another question.
Is there anything else you want to know?
What about your journey with Cartothea?
Saved me. The me who had lost her role and her memories. We wandered the abandoned city of Septimon and pieced together that the Fraxidus and the Threnodian were the true architects of the chaos. Yet in the end, my role was claimed by the Threnodian. My body disappeared before Cartothea's eyes. But before I was lost to oblivion, Cartothea gave me a sliver of her frequency. I think it was that frequency that unknowingly led to our paths crossing in the story. Is there anything else you want to know?
How about
Many
me and the
years
Threnodian?
ago, Mia cast herself into the sea to escape the Threnodian's control. But Domina Julia recovered her broken body from the depths and handed it over to the Fraxidus. For years, they subjected her remains to twisted experiments until the Threnodian's essence, still lingering within her, finally awakened. The Threnodian took control of Mia's corpse, turning it into a half-human, half-sea creature monstrosity. It formed an alliance with the Fraxidus. The last trace of Mia's reverberation was forced to be part of it, tortured and ravaged. Is there anything else you want to know?
That's about it.
The script and the copper mirror you gave me. I'll return them to you now. It was a long story, but the ending turned out well, though thinking of Mia still upsets me. Her reverberations, trapped in that monstrous body. I can't imagine her suffering over the last 20 years.
When you defeated the Threnodian, you also...
You and Cartothea me and Cartothea are very similar.
Yes. It was an honor to have that final battle with her. Thanks to you and Cartothea, I was able to rewrite the tragic ending of this story. Thank you, my fellow warrior, for believing in me.
There's one more thing. We should return to the central hub in Septimon. I found some tied to you there.
Sure.
The central hub. Good timing. There's something I need to handle in the Veil of Glory, too.
Good. Let's set off together.
I will say, it's nice, and I wish other games did this often, where we, the protagonist, were not the deciding factor. We let someone else take the reins. That is something that I particularly always enjoy. Because often it just turns into the power of friendship. But no. We played our part, and it was up for someone else to do it.
When
Please don't throw your spear into it again.
I destroyed the experimental unit, pursued the Threnodian, and defeated the Lioness of Glory it controlled. Then, I came across this place. You remember how the Threnodian took on a part of the Sentinel's knowledge and permissions, yes?
Yep.
For the Sentinel, the information stolen was their very memories. For this reason, even the Sentinel forgot that before merging with the Threnodian, they transferred some of their knowledge to the central hub in Septimont.
The knowledge they would later forget.
It was a secret, one the Threnodian should never learn. The Sentinel moved it there for safekeeping. Within it, I found a special frequency. A part of it felt like yours. I believe it's what the Sentinel left for you, so I took it.
Huh?
The faint frequency of a sharp cold
It
wind.
seems like a clue. The true secret they left for you is not here, but in that direction. You see, before I came to meet you, I passed by the city of Septimont. The arena I destroyed has been restored, but in the people's hearts, it's still the Righteous One and Lupa who claimed victory. The Fraxidus' power to reshape reality is deeper than we realized. I'm afraid this is just the beginning. I once believed the Threnodians sought to use the Fraxidus to regain power, but its true goal is the central hub. I believe it's due to this secret the Sentinel has hidden.
That direction, it leads to the hunting grounds. The blight cloud still lingers there. When the high tide comes, Septimontians hunt and cull the spawning Tacit Discords.
The dark tide connects everything. I cannot pinpoint where the Sentinel's message lies. I'm afraid you must go there yourself. But the worst of the storm has passed. Let's take a moment to rest. Lupa, will you be our tour guide? Show us the sights and glories of Septimont? I'd love to hear more about what you mentioned earlier. The wind blowing through golden flags, and the sound of wind chimes.
Of course, it would be my honor, but before we go, there's something I need to
Are you gonna destroy it? You're gonna destroy it, aren't you? Throw your spear into it? No? Oh, Mia, did you get Mia's sword? Oh. You did grab it.
It's Mia's sword. I went through a lot to bring it back. The monster is gone now. Like so many Septimontian heroes whose bodies were never recovered, I wanted to return her weapon. This is where she gave her life. I can't say if she loved or hated Septimont more, but she once spoke of the bloodleaf viburnum. It's a tribute often given to gladiators by their supporters. So, I think she would have wanted to rest here. It's beautiful. Our city. The city of glory. The people here love to drink, laugh, carve statues, and hunt. It burns like fire, drenched in both victory and defeat. It holds all our disappointments. And all our hopes.
Huh. Act 6 took a lot less time than I thought it would. Oh, filling out the source. The sword that had accompanied Mia in countless battles pierces her chest. The pain and blood loss overwhelm her. Her grip on her sword falters and she stumbles to the edge of the cliff in the Vale of Glory. She glances back at Septimont, the place that had given her both joy and suffering. It had won her heart and broken it in equal measure. The ancient city stood ablaze beneath the fiery sunset, its reflection in Mia's eyes as vivid as when she first crossed the sea with her family and set foot on this land. How beautiful. That was her last thought as she plunged into the sea. The world is collapsing. Pages curl as fiction slips from reality. Frolova stands silently upon the still waters, bending to retrieve an unfamiliar object from the depths. It is a gem. Originally from Raguna, this gem passed through many hands before reaching Septimont, brought here by a young girl. To avoid drawing attention to the faith the jewelry symbolized, she had the gem removed, melting down the gold to forge it into a gladiator's helmet. The gem from Mia's helmet. Why would you want that? Out of genuine curiosity, can we find... Let's see here. In her hand, her fingertips brush against the untarnished seal. Soft, serene voice hums through Mia's blade. She'd always hesitated, never at peace, consumed by fear. The fear of both victory and defeat, of the city that both embraced her and rejected her. But at the end of the end, she found contentment beyond the crowd and the cheers. The cold currents had receded and the sunset was gentle. There was regret, yes, but no remorse. She closed her eyes, the last vestiges of her consciousness rising to the surface before dissipating like foam. Author of the sea. It's probably right around here. She probably jumped. Alright. Act 6 done, which by far is the shortest amount of time. Authoring exploration. Play an active role in survey operations. I probably have done quite a bit of this. Oh, not quite. Oh, we can go do a daily. Third-rate painter, sure. I think we unlock that last limited event now as well, so that's relevant. Ramishiu. Please don't run around or make a lot of noise here. Oh, that's not happening. Looking for a painter. I have found a painter. Hello, Dion. Sure. Byron completes the painting. Gotten faster at painting. I see. Looks like your plan worked. I don't even know what the picture looked like. Actually, no. That probably might be decent. I'm gonna lock it, but Hellborn. That is that maxes this out. This, what was the other one? This one. Complete main, Act 8 or 7 to unlock this. One act off. Well, nothing we'll be handling today. Being said, we do get 2 wishes. See if we can get anybody from it. Nothing on that one. How far into pity are we? 4-star wise. 7. Okay. Nothing much happening there. Head over to the shop. And grab these. So that puts us at how much? 49 wishes. Cool. Things seem to be working fairly quickly. We're doing fairly well. Also, hello to my TikTok audience as well. I have your chat pulled up as well as my own on the multi-chat. Okay.
Let me be there for everyone.
Let's see. We're gonna casket level delivery. Alright, do that. Oh, you're who I'm supposed to give it to. Is that a Winnie the Pooh reference? That's very complete. Alright. The Bayor Waters. Anything else? No. Right. We're out of there for the moment. Rage against the statue. We grab our trophies. Drain the water in Flames of Heart. Use Heroes Round once. Complete Flames of Heart. Make the sunken old district of Septimon resurface again. Listen to the whispers from Mia's broken blade. Defeat the Olympian Myriad for the first time. So can we still access that area in Renacita? The Lioness of Glory was a boss that we never actually, I think, fought. That's the Veil of Glory. Kelpie. Looks like you don't fight that boss ever again, then? Interesting. Alright then. A couple of new things unlocked. Let us check our inventory, I guess, real quick. Bell. What's the new thing? Old booklet. A rusty data chip. Only have the script. I feel like Frolova didn't want Cristoforo's scheme to go as planned. Alright. What to do. I think with that, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to Genshin because we do have we have an event that's ending very soon. That being Yelan's event. And so we should probably go ahead and do that. Just for the sake of, getting that done. Despite the focus on Wuthering Waves, Genshin is still much one of the main games that I play. So, you'll play. It's an update. Don't actually know how much of this event there currently is, but we'll find out soon enough. Been a while, Genshin Impact. How are you doing today? And you're perfectly framed? That's a rarity. Alright, so we have Eva, Auroron, and who was the other one? Bennett. Epitomized path we'll set for it really doesn't matter. We're not summoning. And how far into pity are we? Nice. So yeah, we're gonna be saving for this entire patch. In preparation for Nodcry. But the reason we are actually here, Tranquil Banquet. Let us head to Yelan Wharf. But first, let us change the stream title. Not technically called Yelan Story Quest. It is called Tracing Vanishing Tales. Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact. Update. Go to quest.
Oh.
Oh man. Speaking of Yelan. Hello.
Wait, the person drinking tea over there. Isn't that Yelan? Oh, looks like she's having some kind of tea party with friends. We're just in time.
There are eyes on this place, and not the friendly kind either.
Aren't we gonna go say hi?
No.
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned yourself a break.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case really took it out of me. 13 strongholds. One thieving weasel after another. We rounded up so many people, you almost start to hope a few were innocent, just to balance it out. I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway, I'm gonna drop in on that old classmate of mine in Chaoying Village and reminisce about old times.
Don't forget to take some tea and dim sum back to your friends at the Maison Gardiennage.
Oh, looks like Yelan's friend left. Paimon kinda wanted to meet her.
Yelan must have noticed him, right?
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Traveler, Paimon, take a seat. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea, if you would. And 2 more place settings. Now, judging by that expression, I assume you came over to ask about the 2 spies that were just watching us.
Ah! Spies? What spies? There were spies around here just now?
2 of them were definitely up to no good.
More than that, I'm sure. I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler. Anything to foil our operation.
Oh, so you're tracking down some criminals? They've got some nerve spying on you like that. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. If I could leave it to someone else, I would. I could have been on vacation right now.
You have to handle it yourself. I guess it must be pretty serious.
Mora laundering, to the tune of 10 figures and counting.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora? And who are these figures? There are 10 of them?
I'm on your intelligence is insulting to Yelan.
In layman's terms, a certain merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through illicit means. But it's easy to get caught when you're moving that kind of cash. So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and what do you know? Your illegal Mora now looks completely legit. And this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art, driving up their price in the process. Then, when the items go to auction, he buys them up at their inflated price with his own illicit funds. And through this exchange, the proceeds he receives in return are clean. This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders Mora for other criminals as well, a business which earned him the title, the Dark Financier.
Guessing by your involvement, some of the collectibles are from
That's to be
Liyue.
expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, you can get your hands on exquisite antiques without breaking the bank. Tea sets, porcelain, jade, statues, all easily marketed as pieces of fine art. Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes poses a real threat to our trade standing in the long run. So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine, it's back to work for me.
Okay, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like moving Mora from one hand to the other. In other words, just disguising where it originally came from. But if you know what this merchant is up to, shouldn't it be pretty easy to catch him? You go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him right as he goes to purchase his expensive piece of Liyue art.
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But there are too many loose ends. If you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would you really expose yourself as the face of the operation?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be seen doing the dirty work. You'd send someone else instead. Like, if Paimon was the bad guy, she'd send the Traveler.
What I'm hearing is you are the bad guy.
Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never. Paimon would need, like, a group of minions or something.
Yeah, the Traveler would never, but apparently you would.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Even if you track down the goods, if this Dark Financier guy isn't the one doing the buying at the auction, you won't catch him.
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to Fontaine, get them to the auction house, none of which are tasks he performs himself. He has a whole crew to hide behind. Tracking down the goods is already complicated enough. They change hands so many times, the trail is almost impossible to follow. So the most logical course of action is to play the long game. You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the Dark Financier himself.
Means you wanted them to overhear your conversation.
So you were just pretending? And to think, Paimon thought all that stuff about wrapping up the case and taking a break was actually true.
Right you are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of the Dark Financier's strongholds, which allowed us to nab most of his crew. Those spies just now were his most important agents, the two people he trusts to have direct contact with him. The first is Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auctioning off the goods. And the other is Dodamani, a ship owner from Sumeru and longtime cargo transporter. They're under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks on purpose. The goal is to make them think that, by some stroke of luck, they're in the clear and have room to act. They think keeping tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar, and get whatever remains of their goods out of Liyue. But little do they know, while their attention's fixed on her, I'll be secretly gathering the intel that's gonna bring them crashing down. So, interested in coming along for the ride? I'm curious
Sure.
how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential there.
You need to work with YELAN? I'm in.
We kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now we're a part of it too.
We worked together so well last time.
For YELAN,
Shh.
for the people of Chenyavale,
Be quiet.
the Liyue business world.
I admire your selflessness, Traveler and Paimon. Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this the Fontanian way? You'll get exactly what a top agent receives for a dangerous field mission. Getting started is always the hardest part, but luckily, I have a lead. The Dark Financier's crew is even more on guard than usual. So our best bet is to do some counter-surveillance to get on the right track. And I think I know just the place to start. Let's head northeast and see if I'm right.
Alright. Counter surveillance point, Chenyavale. Also, I feel like you could have made this I don't know. A story quest? Honestly, kind of curious why they didn't. This is very much in line with what Yelan's first story quest was. Finding some shady deal.
Alright, let's start our investigation here.
Follow Yelan through an uninhabited region in the northeast of Chenyavale. With Yelan's help, you find a covert location from which to scout the beach. But you don't see any members of the Dark Financier's crew, nor anything else suspicious about the area.
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right? Paimon doesn't see any bad guys to nab around here.
Not time for nabbing bad guys, at least not yet. There is those boxes.
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Impressive.
I honed my mind in
Like I said,
Sumeru.
we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. So right now, finding his stock is our #1 priority. And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold is imperative. Which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point from up here, don't you think?
Huh, guess so. Paimon can see the port of Yelan Wharf, the boats in the distance, and some kind of tower. What's that for?
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means of communication.
I think I understand what makes this place so
Oh.
important.
Let's hear it.
Helps them avoid dangerous routes when transporting their
Not too
goods.
far off at all. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Chenyavale through consistent patrolling. This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge help if you need to move goods under the radar. So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts in this area.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't quite follow, but she'll take your word for it.
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're meticulous, I'm positive we'll find something.
Okay. Forensic imaging device. A special photography device used in investigations. One can move and zoom in and out while taking photos. Investigate the scene from multiple positions and angles to find hidden clues. Why can I not use it? Oh, equip the item and talk to Yelan.
Well, all set?
I'm ready to investigate.
An eye for detail is key. Clues are often hidden in plain sight.
You head to the investigation area. When using the forensic imaging device, you can move around while taking pictures in order to adjust your angle of view. At the same time, the device also has a zoom feature, allowing you to stand in high vantage points and take pictures of targets that are far away. Thanks to a specialized array of lenses, the forensic imaging device can capture traces of things that are invisible to the naked eye. Zoom in and center view on suspicious objects, then wait for a brief moment as the device automatically captures a snapshot for use as evidence.
I got a new letter from an informant. The situation has changed again.
The campfire was something. And we got a campfire. Do I see any? Oh. Aha. The objectives, Dormammu and Cordair. We should dig that up.
Some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this carrier pigeon tube contains several coded messages.
Huh. So there really is evidence around here. It's like these guys aren't even afraid of getting caught. What if the Millilith noticed them spying and decided to investigate?
These objects suggest the Dark Financier scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. People like that are trained not to crack under pressure. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse, like needing a place to rest. The Millilith can't investigate or apprehend a civilian without probable cause.
Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something like that.
These clues should help to move the investigation
Not
forward.
to mention, the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active and wasn't among those caught by Officer Edler. So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're still on their tail.
Anyone takes out an elaborate set of tools and creates exact replicas of the key and coded messages found at the scene. She then restores the scene to its original state, erasing any signs that investigation has taken place.
I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden. Any ideas?
Might be onto something. So if you need to send a message, you will need to happen fast.
Looks like you don't need anyone to hold your hand when it comes to deductive reasoning. Given a carrier pigeon's speed, the two locations should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. That means the base we're looking for should be within a certain radius, ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
That just leaves the shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well, our next destination is decided then. Let's go.
Go to the next area of interest. Really wishing I had picked up some teleport waypoints. I came here all those years ago. Oh, they're... not quite.
Take it easy.
Hello, Millilith. How are you?
Yeah, take it easy.
So we just were.
Take it easy.
Hello, Kishin. Passing by, no need to worry. There's a pier that I missed. No, you don't. Wow, you instantly evaporated. There is a boat here.
And nothing out of the ordinary here, either.
If that's the more normal it looks, the more it could be
That's
hiding.
right. No detail is too small to investigate. I believe in you.
Dig up the area.
The evidence could be even more well hidden this time. All set?
All set.
All right. I know you have an eye for detail, so use it to your advantage. You've got this.
Begin your investigation. Suspicious area. Okay. Nothing on the broken boat. I was about to say. Pieces from a crate. The crate broke while being moved. Wait. Something triggered. Oh, it has nothing to do with it. Somehow. Ah, the lantern. Hmm. Where else do I think it could be? Right, don't hit T, hit C. Down by the beach. And there's no holes dug in the ground. Nothing underneath the tree. Anything back here? I'm getting out of the exploration range. In fact, I'm missing two. Strange. And this boat has nothing to do with it. Why? Oh. I guess I was taking too long. Footprints. So I could have sworn I stood on that rock. How would I know that rock was been? There's no evidence that... No. Fine.
This must be it! The secret base where they stashed their goods! Definitely wasn't easy to find.
Well, well. Looks like you tracked it down in no time at all. I see your potential as a solo field agent, Traveler. Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. Let's see what surprises could be in store. This isn't their home turf, so I doubt they had time to set more traps. Should make our lives easier.
The domain entrance?
I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the name of the game. You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges in while I'm in there.
You got it! This is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. She's got your back!
I trust Yelan's timing.
Good point. Yelan doesn't make mistakes like that.
Uh-huh. I hope we get to do the part as Yelan and not just beat up enemies from the outside. Yelan opens the door to the stronghold and observes the space. It appears to be an ordinary cellar. Due to construction difficulties, the top and side walls couldn't be completely sealed, causing water from the soil to seep into the space. Noticing this, Yelan covers her hands in a thin sheet of hydro. This means she can touch the items in the space without leaving traces behind, because the water from her hands will vaporize over time. Finally, Yelan enters the stronghold and begins to examine the items sealed within.
Alright, that's done.
Oh.
I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored here. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding goods. Then, we can let them lead us to our main target.
Wow, that was fast! You must do that all the time, huh?
What's our next move?
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. We can't possibly monitor them all. Besides, that would be a waste of personnel. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area, keep tabs on the situation, and attempt to decipher their coded messages. Once his 2 lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction. And then, we'll have somewhere to start.
Got it! All we can do now is wait. Wait, and then follow them straight to the guy behind this whole thing so we can give him the old 1-2 punch!
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her 2 stalkers on a wild goose chase around Chaoying village. Once they decide it was all a waste of time, it's her turn to tail them instead. Not to mention our operation has already put them under extreme pressure. We've forced their hand. I doubt they'll last more than 2 days before making a move. So let's meet back up at YELAN Wharf in 2 days. Find me near the harbor.
Fine. And we have the new way of doing that, right? Nice.
Navigating the...
Well, it's been 2 days. Let's go meet up with Yelan.
Sure thing. Right by the wharf. The YELAN Wharf.
Ooh! Paimon's getting excited! Searching for evidence, tracking down a crime boss. It's like being a real detective!
YELAN, are you here? Hey, YELAN.
Well done, you 2. Right on time.
Thank you. How's the case coming
The
along?
day after we infiltrated the storage facility, the Dark Financier's 2 lackeys, Corday and Dodamani, started moving the goods. See that ship? It's the one Dodamani dispatched to transport the goods. It operates under the guise of a joint passenger and freight vessel.
Whoa! That's one huge boat! Paimon can see all the goods piled up on the pier.
What if those...
Like it's transporting quite a few passengers to Lumidus Harbor as well.
What if these, or what if those, aren't the real goods, though?
Thinking 2 steps ahead? I like it. You're a fast learner. If Corday and Dodamani think the authorities are onto them, it's possible the goods they're sending to Lumidus Harbor are a whole bunch of nothing. Just bait to flush out the law enforcement on their tail. But we need to be careful. Several members of the crew have confessed that a veteran treasure hoarder known as Scamface
Scamface?
the Dark Financier. As an escaped convict, Scamface is a master of staying hidden. Based on our earlier investigation, it's clear he's the one who's been doing reconnaissance on the Millilith's lighthouse. I'll circle the area to draw Scamface's attention away from the scene, while you 2 inspect the goods. Remember to keep a low profile.
Understood.
Yeah!
I'll keep it nice and
We'll
stealthy.
do her best to float closer to the ground. No higher than the traveler's shoulder.
Are we doing a stealth mission?
All set?
All set.
All right. We'll meet back up here once you're done.
Arrive at the pier and begin your investigation. The suspicious ship is moored near the wharf. Once you have swept the area and captured all available evidence, you'll need to investigate the cargo on the pier. In order to successfully collect evidence, you need to line up the partial images from the files within the view to get a perfect him. Okay, so get a perfect match. Sure. Oh. Okay, this is the documented intel on the characteristics of the target ship. Scan these ships at the harbor with the forensic imaging device from the specified angle and match the images in the intel to the actual scene. And perform preliminary evidence gathering and finally proceed with further investigation. Is that not right? And I don't know how much closer to exact I can get. What? Oh, sorry, I need to move back 2 inches. What's with this mark? It looks like someone deliberately painted it here. Something's wrong. Let's try and find the rest of these marks. While assessing the ship, you notice some marked goods. The marks are made of a special kind of paint which can only be identified via the forensic imaging device, so use it to find all the marked goods and obtain some important clues. Okay. Let's see what else has got this mark. Aha. I don't think there'd be any on the actual ship. On that ship, anyway. Another mark. Also, you've not found the mark. I'm the one with the camera. Sneaky, sneaky like. Da-da-da-da-da. Could it be this crate itself? Hello, Wanu. Don't mind me. Aha. I'm missing one. Oh, the one I found on the boat doesn't count. Or not the boat, the one that triggered it. There you are.
Okay, so no fakes. These people are definitely anxious to get their goods to Fontaine all in one go. But did you see the strange markings on some of them? Oh, wonder what they mean. Let's go ask Yelan.
Find Yelan and tell her the results of the investigation.
Good work. As for the auction, Officer Edler was able to gather some useful intel too. We're almost certain their target is the auction taking place at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days. The markings you managed to capture were applied with a special kind of paint. Almost impossible to notice without some kind of specialized tech, like the forensic imaging device. I think we're looking at a treasure hoarder insignia. Each big shot in the organization has their own, almost like a personal signature. And considering what we know about the case, I'd wager this is Scamface's handiwork.
He's labeling the goods,
Based
but
on
why?
the court manifest, it looks like the marked goods include fertilizer from Sumeru, local fireworks, soap, and perfume.
So, nothing special then? Just some farming products and everyday necessities?
Fireworks?
Fertilizer, soap, and perfume. No, there's something going on there. Might be risky, but I'm gonna investigate on board and hitch a ride to Fontaine while I'm at it.
Made this far. We'll come with you.
Let's see this thing through. Paimon's gotta know what's going on here.
Well, you've proved yourself so far, so I don't see a problem with that. Just know once we board the ship, we're bound to come face to face with Corday and Dodamani, so make sure you're prepared. The investigation might look a little different this time.
Oh, I'm 100% fine. I can beat him.
Passengers. Due to limited space in the cargo hold, we've been forced to store some of the goods on the deck. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Ah, please, no need to apologize for your success in business. I just hope it rubs off on the rest of us.
It looks like all the goods marked with Scamface's insignia have Corday listed as the shipper. Dodamani is in the cargo hold, likely making sure all the goods are in place for delivery.
Are they inspecting something? Why are they rifling through the boxes? Paimon can't make sense of it.
Here, take this cipher. It should help you figure out their coded messages. This is the plan. While I distract Corday and Dodamani, you two investigate the goods marked with Scamface's insignia. We might learn something useful.
If I find something concerning.
By all means. I trust your judgment.
Like, sabotaging the fireworks might be a good idea.
You're just gonna go up and talk to those guys? Yelan!
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, but have we met? You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I I believe the three of us have had the pleasure of meeting once before. At Jiuguan Tea House in Yilang Wharf, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh? You... Ah, the Dice Master of Yenshang Tea House. It's a pleasure, Miss Yelan.
Oh, so you've heard of me too?
Yes, I had an absolutely delectable cup of tea there once. One can hardly leave Yenshang Tea House without hearing about your legendary dice skills. I suppose something keeps bringing us together. A shared love of tea, perhaps?
Yes, that must be it. Well, looks like we ran into each other at the perfect time. I'm heading to Fontaine on vacation, you see. Any recommendations on where I should visit? Someplace I could find an exquisite tea set, perhaps. Like a fine art exhibition, or an auction. I hear Fontainian black tea has a unique flavor. I imagine your tea sets are a sight to behold as well.
You...
Ah, does this gentleman have an interest in tea sets as well?
Of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yelan. I'm also heading to Fontaine for travel. Corday's invitation, you see. In fact, I'm the one who owns the ship.
Yep. Yelan is actually talking to them. Are we sure that's a good idea?
He's giving us an opening, let's use it.
Then let's go somewhere out of their line of sight so we can start investigating those boxes. What's with the strong smell coming from these boxes? Must be a bunch of stuff mixed together. And there's a strange note. But Paimon can't read what it says.
Written in code, but we have the cipher.
Of everything, huh? But, you know how to use this thing, right?
Formula made by mixing certain substances. Not very complicated, but the steps are rendered in great detail. By mixing the three main ingredients in the prescribed proportions and the specified order, the desensitization effect is significantly reduced, allowing small fireworks to function as detonators. Install them in the locations shown, then use a timer to control the explosion timing such that the ship's hull may be destroyed in open waters. Sink their goods so they can't take part in the auction. After that, the investigating forces of both Fontaine and Liyue will focus their attention on me. Don't worry, the boss won't play us out. Evacuate on your own, then pour your heart into acting out how grateful you are to have miraculously survived. Wait out the heat for 6 months, then move to finish this matter. All you need is to bury the 15 million mora the boss promised at the 7th Century Post. No need to contact me.
Well, what does it say?
If I'm right, they're planning to dispose of the goods by blowing up the ship.
Blowing up the ship? Are they nuts? Paimon thought this was about getting the authorities on their tails, not drawing even more attention.
Scamface needs to protect the person at the top, so he's diverting attention to an even bigger problem and cutting off all our leads in the process.
Okay, Yelan was right. This guy is a complete lunatic. There are innocent people on this ship. We need to find and disarm those bombs as soon as possible.
Act now. Yelan's distraction is holding. This is our chance. We need to hurry. You want to see... I assume I can't.
Take it easy.
I'm just curious if I can actually hear more of this conversation. Okay, we can. Now it's turning up the heat on your opponent. Now it's time to focus on smelling well. Okay. I only cared about an additional little bit of information. Act now. Trying to dismantle all bombs based on the marks. So that would require me being able to use this, right? Oh, you're a scam fit. You know what? Yeah. Can I use the cipher? Or not the cipher, but... Oh, wait. Does this work? Oh, not really. I'm guessing there's one bomb in the middle of the ship. Oh, there's 5 bombs. Can't go in. They wouldn't put any up here when they're both up here. I mean, I can't get below deck. Can I? No, don't think I can. Yeah, I can't get below deck, so they all have to be here. One on the bow. Oh, there was a literal thing here. One on the bow. We've got one attached to the mast. And then we've got one here, one on the roof. So they did put one right next to them. My goodness. Alright. Good thing we're good at dismantling bombs.
Alright, that's all the bombs on the deck. What about the cargo hold? Do we have enough time?
Already taken care of. Good work, you two. You stayed calm and acted fast. That was the perfect response to a situation like this.
YELAN! Honestly, it's all thanks to you. It was your idea to board the ship, and we never would have been able to figure out that message without your cipher. Wait a sec. Where are Corday and Dodamani?
Recovering from the shock, I would imagine. Suddenly finding out that you're being targeted by a dangerous individual. That must have been quite the ordeal for you, gentlemen. Almost lost your cargo and your lives in one fell swoop.
Indeed. To think such evil exists in this world. I can scarcely imagine what I did to offend this fellow. Resorting to murder like this. It's quite unfathomable.
Well, no need to fear. I'll alert the Maison Gardiennage at once and ask them to send agents to Lumidus Harbor. The two of you are clearly in need of protection. Your cargo will also need to be handed over to the authorities for inspection, Mr. Corday, just to eliminate any remaining hazards. After which, the Maison Gardiennage will escort it all to its intended destination, of course. So, if I may, where are your goods heading, Mr. Corday?
To the Hotel de Bois, for an auction in 2 days.
Ah, then rest assured. The Maison Gardiennage is full of diligent and responsible personnel. You can trust that your goods will arrive at the auction without a scratch.
Our sincerest thanks.
From time, the ship safely docks at Lumidus Harbor. The Maison Gardiennage conduct a quick safety inspection and load all the cargo on the ship. In the meantime, you tell YELAN about the note Scamface left for Corday and Dodamani.
Up to them like that? What if they caught on and decided to, try something desperate?
You think they could have handled YELAN?
Paimon, I'm sure they caught on. But in the interest of their own survival, they had no choice but to play along. Now we can be sure the Dark Financier is getting desperate. The stint on the ship? That was him trying to cut his losses to save his own skin. He needs to get rid of anything that could be traced back to him. So, you blow up the ship. You send the goods meant for the auction straight to the bottom of the sea, and let Scamface take the heat. The last thing he wanted was for the goods to make it to the auction, but now we've ensured that they will, so he has no choice but to follow through. He could choose not to send one of his agents to the auction, and let his goods go to an unsuspecting buyer instead. But remember, their worth is inflated. It would only be a matter of time before the buyer realized the valuation was off and reported it to the authorities. As the seller, Corday would be staring down a potential conviction. At best, the dark financier has to find a new kind of moral laundering scheme. At worst, he loses one of his last reliable agents in Fontaine.
If he does decide to continue with the auction, that also works in our favor.
Exactly. Our trail of evidence remains intact, and we let the buyer at the auction lead us closer to the dark financier.
Okay, so, that means, can we go over this again?
Don't worry. I'm sure the Traveler will explain it again in Paimon-friendly language. We're in the home stretch, and taking advantage of this auction is crucial. So come prepared to see this through.
Oh, absolutely.
Officer Edler already has an informant stationed at the scene. This invitation letter will get you into the auction. I'll meet you at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days.
Sure thing. Invitation to an auction. There we go.
Alright, time to meet back up with Yelan. Our destination, a very important auction at the Hotel de Boer.
Very much so. How do ships even get up here? It's not like, is there a ship elevator? The Hotel de Boer.
This is our chance to catch the culprit behind this whole scheme.
I am so used to teleporting here to go get my Fontaine reputation. Hello, waitress.
Good evening, patrons. Allow me to escort you to the auction.
Oh, Paimon's getting a little nervous. But we gotta keep it together. This is our
Nervous?
best chance to catch
Are you
these
nervous?
guys.
Oh wait, you are. Let me in. Escoffier is gonna be like, "What are you doing in my hotel kitchen?" Even though she's not here anymore. It wouldn't surprise me if she showed up.
Wow, this place is packed. Is every rich person in Fontaine here or something? Oh, wait. The people we're after are hiding here too. It's time to get serious. Paimon knows just the thing.
Uh-huh.
What? It's not like we're rich like the rest of these
I'm pretty
people.
rich.
We need a little something to blend in. Besides, if we're here as honest, hard-working detectives, we might as well look the part.
I want bear glasses too.
Too bad. Paimon doesn't have another. But she'll help you make one once this is all over. An even cooler pair.
Yeah, that's about what I expected for an intro to that outfit. Oh, and you got her theme playing in the background?
You two seem raring to go. Good to see you're not nervous. But remember, the key to blending into an event like this is remaining calm and collected. Slow your breathing, tone down the emotion. We don't want to stand out.
Yelan? It is you, right? It must be you.
Next to the most dazzling lady in the room will be invisible.
I am the current owner of the YELAN Tea House, after all, as well as an honored guest at this auction. So, I thought something with more of a Fontainian flair might be nice. A special outfit for a special occasion. Why? Does it look bad?
No, not at all.
You look great.
All right. Well, let the vacation begin. We have an auction to crash. You two are expert investigators at this point. With us working together, I'd say our chances of success are stacked higher than the cake towers in the Hotel de Boer.
We sure make a great team. But now that we're at the auction, What's our actual game plan?
This time your mission is simple. Take this dossier and pay attention to the items being auctioned. When the Dark Financier's antiques are up, all you need to do is bid. We want to drive up the price and create a bidding frenzy.
Wait, so we get to actually take part in the auction?
Flawless bidding usually leads to a warning, or even disqualification. But the special account you two will be using during the bidding has no credit limit. So you can drive up the price as high as you want. The more chaos we create, the better. The Dark Financier knows we're on his tail, so I highly doubt he sent one of his trusted agents here. The buyer's likely someone disposable, a scapegoat of sorts. After the incident with the ship, several buyers registered for the auction at the last minute. They're all wearing special pins, signifying them as tea aficionados. Our target should be among them. And I'm sure he's terrified, because if a different buyer develops an interest in one of their inflated goods and wins the bid, it's game over for both Corday and the Dark Financier. Not to mention the buyer has limited funds at his disposal. The Dark Financier likes to work in small sums at a time, so his scapegoat can't go too overboard with the bidding.
Okay, so complicated stuff aside, the point is...
There's seating reserved for special guests on the second floor. I'll be up there during the bidding to keep an eye on things. And to see if anyone starts to squirm. One thing going wrong might not be enough to slip him up. But target him again and again, and trust me, he'll feel the heat. Once the auction is over, we'll find somewhere secluded to corner the buyer and have a nice little chat.
You know, you could have teamed up with the Spina for this, I think. Sounds like a plan. We won't let you down.
We're on a win.
Sorry, Paimon. I'm gonna check this. Oh. I was gonna check the second floor, but you know what? There you go. I was right. I should start investigating. Find all the buyers wearing badges. Really ransack the auction venue. Oh, am I supposed to use the camera? Okay, fine. One more. Oh, I'm Hydro. Another view. Waiting for this guy to move his hands because I feel like it has to be him because he was nervous when the prices started going up. Aha. He said this isn't the end of the world. I mean, it feels like this is... I guess they want me. Oh, okay, so it was the original target. I thought the game was, like, directing me to go that way. I thought this guy had to be it.
He's acting strange, and there's something off with his attire.
Let it be known that I said that was my first guess, but I thought they wanted me to go with frequency.
Special color. Most likely to make it easier for Corday to keep tabs on him and the situation as a whole. Which means the two don't know each other well at all. That's something we can use to our advantage.
Josh is over. You beat up outside the Hotel de Boer. Officer Edler arrives with your new double agent intel. Checking the list of auction participants, you're able to confirm his identity. Turns out to be an ordinary clerk who ran into some financial trouble. Perhaps desperation was what drove him to take such a risk. After exchanging some information and a brief discussion, you set on a bold and daring plan. I'm gonna rob him.
Wow, I can't believe I won the bid for this antique painted vase. Should be a wonderful addition to my home decor.
Did you see those tea sets from Chenyu Vale? People were bidding on them left and right. My goodness, those final numbers. Far too high for my pocketbook.
This was not how it was meant to go. Where did those two come from?
Whatever your employer is offering you, the Maison Gardiennage will double it.
You? I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so? Well, you might be interested to know that this hitman over here is also on a need-to-know basis. If the person wearing the blue pin loses their bid, find somewhere secluded and eliminate them. All he can do is follow orders, I suppose.
Eliminate?
You lucked out, kid. Getting cornered by the law just saved your life.
No, this can't be happening. The boss said that even if I got sent to the fortress of Meropide, all I had to do was keep my mouth shut and he would find a way to get me out. And he even paid me $3 million in advance. On that alone, I could get my wife the best medicine, help her hang on for a few more years. But then, one auction goes wrong. Just one. And what? He's afraid I'm gonna talk? So now I'm just collateral damage.
That's not a real hitman.
You're risking your life to do this guy's dirty work and pad his pockets with even more cash. Compared to what he's making, what you get in return are nothing but the scraps.
I've got at least 70 people just like you locked up in the Maison Gardiennage. Need them to tell you where this ends?
No need. I'm guessing you're offering me a way out. What do you need me to do, officer?
All you need to do is arrange a meeting with your boss and have a little chat.
My boss, he's extremely careful about that kind of thing. I've only met him 3 times, to pick up the advance, to go over the plan, and to get the funds for the auction. The best I can do is take you to the place I'm supposed to deliver the goods. There's a certain method I can use to get in contact with him in case of emergencies.
All right then. But first, we need to search your home for evidence related to the case.
Phew! Mission accomplished. You managed to get through to him so fast, Yelan. Paimon almost couldn't believe it.
Well, he was already nervous and uncertain. All it took was a sincere negotiation. Once I laid his interests out on the table, it didn't take much for him to realize he stands to gain more with us than his boss. Plus, we had some very convincing performances to help seal the deal. Especially you, officer. You make an excellent hitman.
Well, it's been a while since I've gotten to tap into a villain like that. Thought I could have pushed it a little more, honestly.
Are you kidding? Paimon felt like she was face to face with one of our bad guys of the week.
Yeah, we need a side hustle. You'd always become a part-time actor.
What's next, Yelan? Want me to go after Corday or Dodamani?
The Sumeru authorities have Dodamani covered. They're just waiting on our signal, and they'll nab him once he makes it back to Beta Harbor. The Millilith are pursuing Scamface, so that just leaves Corday. Tail him, but be sure to keep your distance. We don't want him to tip anyone off.
You got it. I love it when a plan comes together like this.
All right then. We'll reconvene 12 hours from now. when our new double agent will lead us into the lion's den. It's time for the dark financier to face the music.
It's like plan. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Go to the goods delivery point. Definitely a secluded spot, but not as secluded as I would have thought, considering there's houses nearby. In fact, I feel like we caught... Wasn't the Chevres thing, like, right here? That event with Chevres and the Gunsmans?
Alright, this is where the boss told me to
Musketeers?
bring the goods. This area is full of apartments and warehouses for rent. The Maison Gardiennage came through not too long ago to keep trouble off the streets. I guess boss thinks it's safer to operate right under their noses. Now, to arrange an emergency meeting, we need to activate a series of mechanisms to send him a signal. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea how to activate them. The only hint boss gave was that the code had something to do with colors. Maybe he was planning to give me more information after the auction, but that plan fell through, obviously.
Paimon was hoping it would be smooth sailing at this point. But no, of course. There's yet another obstacle. Well, after all the investigating it took us to get this far, figuring out what to do with these mechanisms should be a piece of cake.
Should be. In theory.
If all goes to plan, this should be the last phase of the investigation. It's a shame, I know. But all good things must come to an end.
Check, I'm prepared. I don't want to talk to you real quick.
Detective, I wanted to ask. Since I've cooperated with the investigation and all, do you think I'll get a lighter sentence?
That's for the Maison Gardiennage and the court to decide. But I think your attitude will work in your favor.
I'm glad I came to my senses when I did. Otherwise, I'd be done for sure.
Alright, Yelan.
If all goes to plan, this should be the...
No time to waste. I'm ready.
Then let's see those detective skills in action.
In your investigation at the scenic sites, use the image to find information clues. Comparing the image with the current state of the area should give you enough to alert the enemy to the trap. The flower's missing. Yeah, there's Jenny Vale too, so leftover goods from the transaction. There was one more over here, right? Yeah, right there. Alright. But if he didn't tell the buyer how to set up the thing, then
The mechanisms have been activated.
then wouldn't he know that it wasn't
All
him?
we have to do is wait for our target to take the bait.
You know what? For some strange reason, Paimon's not nervous at all.
Because I've taken on literal gods in this game, Paimon. So, you know, I'm not that worried. Oh boy. Big shadow.
My dear Monsieur Diderot, here to make excuses for your complete failure at the auction? Or to fish for a bigger cut? Accidents happen, of course. What I care about is whether you have the spine to deal with the consequences.
So you do believe in consequences. Seems a bit ironic, coming from the likes of you.
Oh? A trap, I presume? I've set a fair share of those myself.
He runs off.
I suppose it's about time I stumbled into one set by someone else. No matter. Sometimes you take a chance on someone who turns out to be a disappointment. It's happened.
They got the voice acting for this guy absolutely perfect.
Financier Rovere Pelliccia's respect, but I must say, you three detectives are a force to be reckoned with. I suppose congratulations are in order. 6 months of planning and execution was all it took to take down a Mora laundering organization decades in the making. I have to hand it to the Fontaine and Liyue authorities. Your operation really has been a roaring success.
Why is the Dark Financier so polite? Not the kind of crime boss Paimon was expecting.
We're going for like a Godfather vibe here, Paimon. It's over.
Oh, do be serious. You thought you'd corner me, and then what? I just surrender?
If you want to do this the easy way, then yes. You know you're out of options.
For 2 months, I've watched you and Officer Edler dismantle my organization piece by piece. As you cut off my limbs, gouged out my eyes, deafened my ears. I was helpless to stop it.
So you're planning on taking us down with you, is that it? Never heard that one before.
My livelihood is in tatters, Agent Yelan. Hundreds I had working under me, hundreds. And now, they're either locked up or useless. Corday is the only one who still has some value. My Mora laundering days are over. We both know that. And considering how your operation's been progressing, it was only a matter of time before you locked on to me. I'm usually one to quit while I'm ahead, but you see, there's only so much a man can lose before he starts to get rather angry. So, Agent Yelan, even if the only score I get to settle here today is ending your precious life, well, that's a high...
Oh, I thought we were going to get like a local legend fight. That would have at least been more challenging.
Paimon takes back what she said. This isn't very polite at all.
An old military model. Bet these go for big bucks on the black market. You two have been a huge help, but this fight is mine. Because as it so happens, he isn't the only one who has a score to settle here. If he wants to bring on the drama, then I'm more than...
Oh, is this going to be related to this? This really feels like it should... Oh, it is! Okay, cool. Oh, they're already weak. Out of curiosity, what am I working with? Is this mine? No, it's the trial. C3? Okay.
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Oh, where are the other two? There they are.
Gotcha.
So why the need for... Ow. Why weaken them?
Game's up. Fun's over. Busted.
Bring them both down at once.
Unbelievable. You've bested me. Fair and square.
Any last words? Perhaps a bit too dramatic, isn't it? I'd rather not give a soapbox to a piece of scum like you. No. I think I'll say my piece instead. You can pretend to have seen the error of your ways, but it doesn't matter. Because you're going to rot in prison for the rest of your life. And every moment of every day you'll be cursing the greed that put you there. Every coin of dirty money that you've pocketed over the years is just another nail in your coffin. And all you'll be able to do is curl up in the corner of your cell like a dying animal and waste away whatever remains of your pathetic life.
You're not a detective, no. You're some kind of demon.
If you knew what's good for you, you'd have walked away from this fight. But it's too late for that now. After 6 months of hard work, I finally get to tick off the mission accomplished box at the end of the case file. Take this guy back to the court of Fontaine to stand trial. Don't let him try anything. With any luck, we'll get to send him off to prison before the day is out. Oh, Miss Yelan, Traveler, Paimon, as a personal thanks for all your help, you deserve half of the bonus I'm getting for this case. I will also request that the Maison Gardiennage extend our utmost thanks to our partners in Liyue.
I appreciate the sentiment, Officer Edler, but that's too kind. I was just doing my job. I can't, in good conscience, accept even a single Mora. I'll have to pass up any invitations for banquets or tea tastings as well. If you want to reward someone for going above and beyond during this operation, it should be the Traveler and Paimon.
It wasn't anything special.
Wow. Paimon's had her detective cap on for so long, analyzing all those clues and trying to uncover their schemes, that her brain hurts. But at the same time, she feels smarter than before. Maybe Paimon really does have what it takes to be a real detective.
I did all the work, Paimon.
Well, if you're interested in this line of work, we're heading to the Maison Gardiennage to get a confession out of these guys. Did you want to tag along?
You really mean it? Yes! 100% yes! Oh, is that okay, Traveler? Paimon's gonna go with Officer Edler and learn some cool new detective skills. Who knows? Maybe they'll come in handy someday.
You better watch over you than a police officer.
Alright! Then let's rendezvous outside the Palais Memonia.
I'm guessing that this guy had something to do with Yelan's past, and that's why we're keeping this conversation between the two of us.
Get back to normal now, Traveler. After talking about it for so long, I finally have the chance to enjoy a real vacation. Mind humoring me for a bit, Traveler?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna get a picture. I'd be delighted. What? Go with Yelan to the court of Fontaine. An instant of intoxication, a meeting by moonlight. Where's the Maison Gardiennage? I kind of want to see if... Let me see if I can find it. Maison Gardiennage. Where is that on the map?
Just then, the rain stopped.
It would be... This is the Maison. Palais Mermonia. Is it inside here? I kind of just want to see if there's an actual interaction between Paimon. Oh, there we go. That answers my question. How's this work? Good luck, Paimon. Alright, I was just curious if there was going to be an actual interaction there. And there was, so you know what? I'm happy for that. Hello, Lignia. Sure. There's some lore to be had here, and I will see it through.
What a nice night. Fresh from maritime flowers, fragrant perfume from the shop on the corner, the rich aroma of coffee beans, all blended together in the night breeze. Makes for quite the relaxing atmosphere. If only we were on a rooftop terrace somewhere, enjoying a few glasses of sparkling wine and getting pleasantly tipsy.
You deserve to celebrate. Let's cheers to a job well done.
Then let's look for a place to stop. I wonder what special drinks the hidden taverns of this city offer. Oh, but first, I wanted to head to the Conferee of Cabriere before it closes. Mind helping me pick out some perfume to go with this outfit? I also heard about the intricate timepieces, clockwork furnishings, and fine jewelry you can get around here. There should be quite a few souvenirs worth perusing.
The more you work, the more you want to spend.
With the most cultured traveler in all of Tevat by my side, I should take advantage of this opportunity. I'm counting on you not to steer me wrong.
What? I know the person who owns the shop, so we can talk with Scoffier if we want. But it might be a bit late for her. Tick, 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 tick.
I'm satisfied. This has been a nice trip abroad. A very nice trip indeed. I wish I could take my time, maybe extend my stay a few more days. No one likes to be rushed on vacation.
Might sound like you're about to get back to work.
Can't be helped. Duty calls. I still have to write up a formal report on the case and develop a more sophisticated cargo inspection system. Then
You're gonna say nod cry, aren't
my
you?
next assignment, nod cry.
Ah. That's where Paimon and I are headed next too.
No, nothing like that. Just meeting an intelligence partner to decide on a mutually beneficial agreement going forward. And to set some boundaries. I'll fill you in later. For now, why don't we take a picture together to commemorate this exciting trip to Fontaine?
It's you taking me under your wing.
That's right. After this, I know I can trust you to have my back, Traveler.
You couldn't figure that out after the first time we did this?
I say we put the forensic imaging device to use one last time to take this picture. Perhaps we'll cross paths in Not Cry. If so, I hope this collaboration was just the first of many.
Nice. Now, can I hang up this picture? Keepsake photo with YELAN. After efficiently tracking down and completing the dismantling the moral laundering team of the Dark Financier, you enjoyed a brief vacation in Fontaine with YELAN. To commemorate this mission, you took a snapshot with the forensic imaging device. Perhaps we'll make crosspaths and nod cry. If so, I hope this collaboration was just the first of many. And that should be the entire event, yes. Afterward completed. The equipment tutorial, event details. Alright. That was a great event. And yeah, that's all we've got in us for today. I'll be back tomorrow with probably a combination of Wuthering Waves and Genshin. We still have the Spiral Abyss, which reset. So, but yeah, I'm going to probably send you Leany Honey's way again. If I had to take a guess. Let's see here. Let me get over to my creator dashboard. Over on the Twitch Stream Manager. Raid. Push the page. Raid channel. Following. So yeah, I'll send you over to Leany Honey. And yeah. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks to my partners, the Noel Mains Community Festival, Voila, and everybody else you can find in the description of all my YouTube videos. It's been an absolute pleasure, and until next time, Blazing Flame Studio, signing off. Thank you and have a great rest of your evening.